Hey guys, and welcome to part 7 of Building Feed. So in the last episode, guys, we finally filled up the river and we got to lay down the base for the mountain. So this time we're going to start work on the mountain itself, trying to, sort of raise it up and see how that goes with the snot techniques that I plan to implement, as well as trying to start and finish this sort of separate, taller mountain area with some waterfalls. So let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so as usual, here is an overview of where we left off last time. And I think this time around what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the smaller mountain, just to sort of get familiar with the technique and everything before I get to work on the larger one. So let's go ahead and start working on that. Okay, so this is the current state of the build. I got all the rock work done, and I also went ahead and built this top section in olive green. I added a few round 1x1 plates to give the waterfall sort of a misty effect, and I feel like it works really well. Now before I sort of end construction on this, I'm going to add a few plants, and we're going to see, the difference that makes. So let's go ahead and do that. And just like that, our first little mountain piece is done. I know I say this every time, guys, but it's just amazing the difference a few little plants make. It just looks so much more full of life and just so much more, fleshed out. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out, and it really has raised my confidence for the bigger one that we're going to get to work on now. So let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay guys, before I go any further with building, because as you can see I already started, I thought it was really important for me to explain sort of what is going to be happening here. So in order for the palace to align perfectly with the platform that's going to go right here, this entire mountain has to be 3 bricks tall, like exactly 3 bricks tall, starting from the water. So this is already like 1/3 of a brick tall, because that's, the height of plates and tiles. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a standard plate here and then this snot brick like that to sort of like add bricks to it and slopes and curves just to create sort of the overall shape of the mountain. And then I'm going to use wedge plates like this to sort of help round out the next section. And then finally I'll be adding these curved slopes on top just to give it like that mountaintop effect. And this is sort of the technique I'm going to be using all around the mountain. And as you can see, it's exactly the same height as this. So it should align perfectly, technically. So I think I'm going to go working in sections and then check in as I move along, just so you guys can kind of get a better idea of what it is that I'm talking about. Because I know it's not totally clear here. I know it's not. But it's okay. We'll go one step at a time. So let's get to it. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I've placed the plates and the snot bricks, just to get an idea of like the spacing and how everything's sort of going to start looking. And before I start working on the rock work, I think I'm going to do like the interior supports for, the big base that's going to support the palace on top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I've added all the supports. I added supports all the way around the perimeter and then in the middle. And I've also gone ahead and I've added sort of this wall section that's going to be the start of the platform that's going to be here in the future. So I think now we're ready to start trying to, give shape to the rock work. So let's go ahead with that. Okay, so this is the progress I have so far. And I'm actually really happy with it, you guys. It looks a lot more natural and organic than I thought it would. And I've been leaving these like little spots as I've been building along to add plants to it in the future so that I can match the same lush vibe that this mountain over here has. So I'm excited. I'm going to continue building for a little while before I call it a day. So let's see how far I make it. Let's go. All right, you guys, I think I've made significant progress. I made it all the way up to this corner right here. And I'm just really, really happy with it. That little layer of tiles at the bottom really does help a lot with the texture and giving it sort of like a different shape. And I'm just really, really excited to see how the rest looks. But let's go ahead and talk about what you guys can expect in the next episode. Okay guys, so that is the progress for today. I'm actually really happy with how it's coming along. So next episode, we should technically be completely done with the mountain itself. We should finish off wrapping around with all those bricks and then tiling off the top and getting it ready for the palace. However, we will not be able to place the palace just yet because I do have to build part of the stair platform before putting it on. So it's going to take a few more episodes to do that, but don't worry guys, it's definitely going to be worth it. It's going to look so good. So now it is time to update our follow along map. So last episode we made it up to here. We had only just done the basic outline of the mountain, and now we've made it up to here. And actually starting this episode guys, I'm also going to be putting an elevation up here so that we can see sort of all the buildings start to rise from street level, which is going to be really great to map out progress and just going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really excited for this. But yeah guys, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for, sticking around and being a part of this community and watching the MOC grow. It just really makes me happy to see everyone coming back and commenting down below. It's just really nice. And it really makes me happy to see that you guys are enjoying the series just as much as I am. So thank you for that. But yeah guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.